I'm setting Melissa on fire in case anyone was wondering.
I forgot to hit record, but respectfully, we weren't that far in. Look, we can roll through it. Okay, this is Melissa.
This is Kat.
I'm constipated. I think I'm just dehydrated. I'm going to be okay. I quit my job. I'm starting a new job, a job that I actually like. Also interviewed for another job. Hopefully I get that one, but I like the first one that I got.
Horror Night started. We really like everything except the Chucky house, but everything else slaps.
Stranger Things is a little short and a little not that great, but it's good for what it is.
Yeah, the details in all the houses this year are great.
Love Unmasked, the Universal Monsters house.
Yeah, and Yeti.
Love the Yeti house.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't know what any of the houses are called.
Yeah, we make up names for everything.
Yeah, there's Blood Moon. Thought it was vampires. Apparently they're witches. Mm-hmm. I drink a lot.
Mm-hmm. There's Darkest Deal, which I just called Jazz House.
I kept thinking it was like a bayou thing. Like I'm still confused.
I mean, it's in New Orleans.
I'm still waiting.
Georgia.
I'm still waiting to go through that house, the Jazz house.
We did it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But the way you described it was not what we went through.
It takes place in like Georgia, so it's like a Georgia bayou.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah, but it's not like jazz at all. If anything, I would say he's like a crooner.
He's like a blues jazz singer. Isn't that what that is?
Blues jazz. Okay, great. He's a blues jazz singer.
Anyway, I got a tattoo. I'm not allowed to show it.
Fall Out Boy announced the second leg of their tour,
which we're going to.
Yeah,
slay
at least one time
at minimum.
Kat's having a sody. I had a dirty chai. They forgot the dirty part.
So it's just a chai.
Just a chai.
Yeah, I've had 2 cups of coffee and a sody. So
yeah, Kat thinks if she makes pumpkin coffee.
I can't just make 1 cup. So like we make cold brew and we like have it pre-made. But if I make my pumpkin coffee, because Melissa doesn't like pumpkin coffee, I make it in like the regular coffee pot. And I don't know why it feels weird to just make a single cup. So I make 2 every time I make my pumpkin coffee. It's called anxiety. Never makes sense.
Yeah, I think we're caught up.
Great.
I think that was everything we talked about when I forgot to hit the record button on the thing.
Tragical.
So this time
we're here to tell you why.
Pirate Fairy.
Okay, no, it's Tinkerbell.
Okay, but I already forgot what it was called.
Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy.
Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy.
It's tragical.
It is.
It's lame.
More tragic than magical.
Yeah. There were no fun facts. They sucked. Literally, the one that I read to Melissa was like, the baby crocodile is eventually the crocodile that eats Captain Hook's hand as it at the end of the movie swallows a clock. Like, we know that's TikTok.
Yeah. Also, it's not spoiler alert.
That's not trivia or fun or fact. That's just a plot line in the movie. Anyway.
No fun facts.
None.
Okay, and then we talked about
the second star to the right for 45 minutes, so you're not missing much.
Because Kat started talking about the movie, and I said, wait a second, we got to go to the second star to the right. And then I was like, okay, but...
To the right of what?
I know what.
And I said the first star.
I said the first star.
Which it is.
Now that we're going back over it, it's just as funny as the first.
And then
like the second star to the right of what? The first star. Okay, how do you find the first star?
And then we were talking about how in London there's so much light pollution. You can only see those
There's
two
not
stars.
No, baby, it's not light pollution. It's smog. It's dirt. It's grime.
It's light pollution and regular pollution.
Fecal particles.
Oh my God.
Like you cannot see a star there. There's no stars to be seen.
That's fair.
So I guess there's only 2 stars in the sky in London. So the second star to the right.
Of
so
the first star.
Only 2 stars.
Yeah. And then I said,
wait, the second star to the right.
Yeah, there's the first star.
Right.
And then
to the right. The first star to the right. Of what? The second star to the right isn't the second star to the right of the first star, because then it would be 3 stars.
I think it's like a comma.
The moon.
No, I think it's the comet. like a comma. There's the second star, comma, to the right of the first star. It's like a separate.
It's not. It can't be true. The second
The song was
star.
written in what, like the 30s? When did fucking Peter Pan come
The
out?
second star to the right.
Yeah.
So that means there's a first star to the right.
No. That's what I'm saying. There's a comma. It's not an
Oh, so it's the second star, the one that's on the right.
right. Yes.
So really, you could say
the right star.
the second star to the left and be talking about the other one, the little dim ass one.
Isn't the big one the first star, and then the little one is the second star? Yeah, because the big one's the first one.
I don't know. What's the brightest star in the sky again?
Venus. It's not even a star. The brightest star.
Slay.
The brightest star in the sky is the sun.
I'm so happy I forgot to hit record because this is going much better than it did the first time.
And by better, she means worse.
The comma is not prevalent in the song. I need clarification. It sounds like a fluid. The second star to the right. It should have been like the second star
to the right. She just did a little jig.
I need pause. I need emphasis.
Yeah. And then I said that Neverland is like another dimension. Like it's part of Earth, but it's not. Like it's not on our plane. Right. It's not on our plane of existence. It's on another plane of existence, but it exists with Earth.
Before the star to the left.
Right.
You know.
Right. Because Neverland wouldn't be able to exist without Earth, because it's the only way to get there. You know what I mean?
So if Earth goes bye-bye,
Neverland's dead.
that's sad.
Sorry. And then
we were talking about how
literally all before the movie, why do we do this? I said
this is pretty much where we left off.
Pixie Hollow is a biome of its own within Neverland.
Biome.
It's like it has all four seasons, but like they're all separate. It's not like all four seasons like happen like the seasons. They literally have spring, summer, fall, and winter like all in separate areas. Those are biomes. Each of those is a biome.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Pixie Hollow within Neverland is also just really fucking weird. Like the existence of like, where is it?
In some fucking stump somewhere. I don't know. Anyway.
Moving on to the movie.
This whole movie's about Zarina.
Yeah. So we're in Pixie Hollow. Zarina is so obviously all the fairies have
it's not
talents.
Obvious.
If they watched the first
nobody
one,
has seen this.
Okay. All the fairies, when they come into existence because of a baby laugh, they get designated a job, and it's based on their talent. And there's different types of talent. So there's garden fairy, light fairy, water fairy, fast flying
now
fairy.
you're describing it too hard.
And then
this is too much of a
Tinker
description
fairy.
now.
Zarina is a pixie dust fairy, and I'm assuming that's when you don't actually have a talent, because that's not a talent.
They tie really fast. Have you ever tied like balloons for a birthday party?
No.
And you get like blisters because you tied so many. That doesn't happen in them. They're so talented.
They just have nimble fingers.
Yeah. But anyway, it's Zarina. Not
With a
Serena,
Z.
Zarina. Okay, so the day that she was born is probably like, oh, this is Serena. But then like the Z dust fairy died. So they were like, no, it's got to be Zarina because we need a Z fairy. And then Kat informed me that that's not how it works. I thought there was like 26 dust fairies.
Yeah, they had like a letter of each name.
And there was a letter for each of them.
No, I think they just, there's not many names that start with Y or Z. So when the Y dust fairy wasn't there, they moved on to Z.
Which is the next letter of the alphabet.
Right. They go in alphabetical order for the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. I thought there was like Abigail, Bobby, Carol.
Terrence is the only
David.
Oh, yeah. Terrence, the Sparrowman that we met in the first movie, which is Jesse McCartney.
Baby. Nobody remembers.
Is a dust fairy. I'm telling them.
He's not even in this movie.
Yeah, they literally credited.
I forgot all of the characters, by the way.
Credited Jesse McCartney did not have a single line in this movie.
He really didn't.
They showed his face for half a second.
He probably had a line and then it got cut or something. I don't know.
Anyway,
I was like, oh, I like that guy in The Kill. And then I was like, is he just flying around like showing everybody his balls? And Kat was like, that's very Gary. We like talked about him like prevalently in the first one. And I was like,
but also, yes, he probably is showing everyone his fairy balls.
Also talked about his fairy balls in the first
I don't think
episode,
we did.
But I don't remember.
I also don't think we realized he was wearing a kilt until he literally brought up the fact that he's wearing a kilt.
It's the first thing I noticed about my guy.
Anyway, so they go down the line of names. They have to do a thing with the pixie dust. There is blue pixie dust. It is the only other colored pixie dust other than regular gold pixie dust.
This is after, okay, no. Skipped a whole part. Zarina walks to work.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's squandering her dust is what everybody thinks. But really she's like saving up her dust because she's like fucking experimenting with it. So she has a walk to work. She can't fly to work because
she's saves her dust.
Quote unquote out of dust.
But she's
really,
not.
She's hoarding it.
Yeah.
So she goes to work at the dust fucking tree.
Yeah.
The dust tree.
Where they just literally tie bags of pixie dust. Yeah. And they're going down a list of names for a special task once a day. And the Y
Yvette
fairy called out sick. And so now, obviously, after Y is Z. And so it's Zarina's turn, and she's fucking jazzed.
Because there's 26 dust fairies.
No, because there's not a lot of Y and Z names. Fairy Gary. Fairy. Gary.
It's
Fairy Gary. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I don't know why my brain said.
It's just funny.
My brain said nope.
And then the other one, the other chick, the fucking Tinker Queen, the whatever.
Fairy Mary.
It's Fairy Mary.
That's what I was saying. Do all designations have a fairy someone that rhymes?
That's what I was saying. I wonder if Fairy Gary's name is actually like Pablo.
And they were like, you're very
when
Gary
he got the
now.
gig, they were like, baby, you're Fairy Gary.
Also, why are they the only ones that have fairy in front of their names? The rest of them are just
because
like...
it's a title. It's not a name. It's like principal.
The fact that
or sheriff.
He used principal of all things.
Or
doctor. Okay.
Fairy Gary. You are the Fairy Gary of this town.
Okay. Slay. So Fairy Gary is not jazzed that it's Zarina's turn because she's a fuck up. So they have to go to get 26 pieces of blue pixie dust.
Interesting. The number 26 comes up again.
Maybe you're right. I could be wrong. Zarina is very inquisitive. Fairy Gary calls her the Tinkerbell of dust fairies, which he uses as an insult. Like the fact that Tinkerbell's name is used as an insult is hilarious.
There's no room for error.
Oh, that was decent.
Was it?
Yeah.
It sounded really rough coming out. So I'm glad it came out okay.
Not like your poop.
Yeah, I'm constipated.
So the blue pixie dust is the only other color of pixie dust other than the regular smegular gold pixie dust. And Zarina is like, why is there blue dust? Why aren't there other colors? What do the other colors do? And Fairy Gary's like, there's only blue. Shut the fuck up. Give me my 26 pieces. And she's like, why is it 26? Why not 25? Why not 28? She's very inquisitive.
Yeah, she wants to be messy is what she wants to be.
No, she wants just to know the why.
Yeah.
She wants to know the reason.
She just is too like handsy.
Yeah.
She has no like self-control.
Yeah, there's that.
But yeah, you need the 26 blue pixie particles. They put it in the yellow pixie dust and it makes the yellow
gold.
Pixie dust. It's fucking yellow.
No, because yellow is something else. It's gold.
Okay. Well, for me, because I don't care, it's fucking yellow. Okay. So they put it in the yellow dust and it makes the yellow dust more.
It multiplies it. Yeah. And they have to do that every day, I'm assuming?
Every day.
Once a week?
Every day.
Okay.
26 particles keeps them going for the day.
My notes changed Fairy Gary to Dairy Gary, I guess, and I just noticed. So that's a slay. Zarina's asking about the colors, and Fairy Gary is like, it's against our rules to tamper with pixie dust, so like just stop asking questions and just do your job.
This conversation is Zarina's Joker origin. This conversation she has with Fairy Gary is where everything turns very bad in Zarina's mind.
I mean, it's already started, but it definitely...
This is the combo that switched the light on.
Yeah. So Zarina goes home. She has a book of her failed pixie dust experiments. She has been trying to create different colors of pixie dust. Oh my goodness, a blue pixie dust piece falls out of her hair.
Shocking. Yeah, she's been experimenting with the yellow pixie dust.
Just the regular, her little bag. That's why she walks everywhere, because she doesn't use it.
She's fucking
Because
abusing it.
even though fairies have wings, they, I guess, can't fly without sprinkling pixie dust on themselves.
Yeah.
So she has
You
not
got to
been...
do the whole steps. You don't remember Peter Pan? You got to think of a wonderful thought.
Okay, but they don't have wings. Pixies fairies already have wings.
I like when Peter Pan like shakes Tinkerbell over some children's heads. Peter Pan is the villain.
For sure. So then she realizes that she can use the blue pixie dust particle that fell out of her hair. So she takes like a piece of it and mixes it with, what was it?
She does it with feathers.
Oh, sunflower, I think is the first one. She uses
right.
Yeah. So she mixes a sunflower seed with the regular pixie dust with a part of the blue pixie dust and mixes it all up. And now she can bend light like a light fairy.
Get it? It's a sunflower seed.
Because it's sunlight. Mm-hmm.
I was telling Kat, this is literally like when you're a little kid and you're outside in your backyard and you're making like a mud pie.
Or like you're in the bathtub making potions with just like water.
Yeah. Like she's like, I'm going to crush up sunflower seeds and mix it with the yellow. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
She really is just like playing with dirt.
She's making alchemy. That's the whole thing of alchemy. Anyway, so she is really excited that it's working and she goes to get Tinkerbell because Tinkerbell, obviously, if we remember from the first movie, I don't know if anyone does.
We don't.
In the first movie, Tinkerbell was a tinker fairy who wanted to like actually tinker, not just like create stuff that already existed. She wanted to create things that didn't exist. She wanted to literally be an inventor.
With trash from the beach.
But it all worked. Like she created things out of like she created new inventions that they never had before that's helping them. And nobody saw it that way at first. Everyone hated her shit, even though she was being helpful. So AKA Tink broke the rules and ended up getting away with it because it ended up being helpful. So Zarina went to go get her to be like, hey, listen, I'm doing this thing that's very much against our rules, like you. And, but what you did worked and what I did worked. So I just want to show it to you. So then she starts to experiment with other stuff with the blue piece. So she like knocks more pieces off of it. She uses that with a feather to make fast flying. She uses flower petals and does gardening. Tinkerbell's getting nervous because...
Well, that's because Zarina is so harebrained and she's like knocking shit over, leaving stuff everywhere. She's like messy.
Yeah. She's just leaving stuff out everywhere.
She's going to blow something up.
She does do that. She trips and knocks over the pink dust, which is the gardening dust, onto a plant, and the plant grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, and it literally grows to the entirety of Pixie Hollow. At least they're in spring, right? They're in spring, the spring area, and it grows into the pixie dust tree and fucks up the pixie dust tree.
Yeah, she almost ruins all their pixie dust. She also, with the plant, when it starts growing, it picks up a snail, and the snail is like, ah!
You like... It's so funny.
It got me so good. That's the only time I laughed.
So it knocks into the like wheel that's on the pixie dust tree. So like the pixie dust isn't like turning. Fairy Gary sees the pink pixie dust that is on the plant and he just like knows that it's Zarina because pink pixie dust doesn't exist. It's not a thing that exists.
Aren't they kind of impressed though? Like
I think the problem is that they're too angry at one, her breaking the rules, and two, her breaking the tree to like think about how cool it is that she did that.
It's like the first person that was like, what if you put chocolate syrup in this milk? Don't you think
not
people
the
were
wheel,
impressed?
not fire.
Well, because we
But
already
the
had
first
milk.
person
Milk
that-
was the shit. We were like, we're growing our bones, like we're living. And then somebody was like, what if we put chocolate syrup in the milk
And made
and made
chocolate
chocolate milk? That's what Zarina did.
Zarina created chocolate milk.
And nobody cares. They're mad at her.
No, yeah, she gets fired from her talent, which isn't a talent, but like it's literally all she does. Like that's her life.
Yeah.
So Zarina packs a bag and takes her one little piece of blue fairy dust that she has.
Dust she hoarded.
Yeah. And she flies away from Pixie Hollow.
Good.
She exiles herself essentially.
1 year later.
I knew you were going to do that. So, thanks to Tinkerbell's tinkering, they can have what they now call the Four Seasons Festival. Because before, the winter fairies couldn't like travel to any of the other biomes because they had to stay in winter. They literally,
Yeah.
I guess, die.
Tinkerbell made them like an ice shaver machine.
Yeah.
Just like a cheese grater, but with ice blocks.
Yeah. So, they're having their their Four Seasons Festival. And each season, it's like the Olympics. Like each season is gonna like show off the like different talents. Like so now I'm thinking about it. Does each area have like different?
Summer's just like, we're gonna sunbathe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do they also have some of the same talents, or would they have different talents?
I don't care.
Okay. Are there animal talents in winter and summer and fall? I would assume so. Maybe not winter because all the animals are maybe hibernating.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are you doing in fall? You're like killing leaves. Like, we're the leaf killers. Up next, the leaf killers. Next to the stage, leaf murderers.
Rosetta grows like this gorgeous tree, and then fall just comes up and touches it, and it just dies.
Hibernation fairy.
We skipped all the other movies, but in one of them, spoiler alert, from a movie in the past, Tinkerbell finds her twin sister in winter, and. Yeah.
Were they born of like the same baby laugh?
Yes.
That's gnarly.
So in winter, they're all just like ice skating and like doing shit. Like I don't think any of them have like talents. I don't remember, but
all their
you know what I'm
talents are
saying?
ice.
Like all the hard workers. Fucking Spring is out here churning out animals and
I don't know
bugs and flowers.
Anyway, opening ceremony like the Olympics. All the seasons are there.
Tinkerbell made a giant box that is going to help them show off their talents, but it keeps getting stuck. It's not like opening correctly.
So we see Zarina. She's sneaking around the arena. Oh my God. Zarina sneaking around the arena. Her name is just Arena with a Z. And she makes a bunch of giant poppies around the stadium, and everybody's like, oh, look, it's something they're doing for the show. But it's not. It's not for the show. And Rosetta sees them, and she's like, guys, those are poppies. Like, I don't know if you've seen The Wizard of Oz, but those are not good. They make you fall asleep.
Not bring up The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, she did in my head. So Rosetta grabs the other main fucking fairies that her and Tinkerbell hang out with and puts them in the
main character fairies.
The main fucking characters. The main bitches. The ones with names.
Do you want me to name them all?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And shoves them into Tinkerbell's little invention thing and shuts the door. And then the poppies bloom and cover everybody in poppy dust, and they all fall asleep.
Yeah, everyone in the stands.
Which, respectfully, Zarina, you just basically like murdered the winter fairies. Yeah, but they need ice. If nobody's resupplying their ice, they're just gonna all die. Like you're a bad person, okay? Like you suck. You're like a murderer.
But lo and behold, Clank, who is one of Tinkerbell's friends, who is also a Tinker Fairy, was going piss girl while this was happening.
That would be me. I would save the day because I'd be in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was drinking too much fairy drink, and
leaf water.
Was going piss girl.
Like
Zarina stole the rest of the blue dust. Clank hears people banging, obviously comes out of going piss girl, and everyone's asleep, and he's like, hello. But he hears the girls banging around inside the box that Tinkerbell made, because guess what, the door is stuck, and now they're stuck in there. So he lets them out, and he says, hey, fun fact, she stole the blue dust, so we're fucked. And so Tinkerbell tells him to ride the little bicycle with the ice grater to keep the
for eternity.
Yeah, for the rest of your life, Clank, you are keeping the winter fairies alive. And the girls are gonna save the day and go after Zarina.
Yeah, so they chase Zarina through the forest, and they're hitting the fog, so they know that they're coming up on the coast. And they see Zarina getting rowboated over to a pirate ship. And they think, oh my God, Serena's been kidnapped by pirates. That's so crazy.
No.
Yeah, they are spying on the pirates, and they call Zarina captain. She's actually their captain.
Yeah, the little fairy is the pirate captain.
Yeah, and one of the pirates, his name is James. He is the only one that can understand her, because they just make like jingly jangly noises.
They sound like bells.
Yeah, so he's interpreting for her.
Yeah, James is the cabin boy, and James is also voiced by the love of my life, Tom Hiddleston.
How'd they get Tommy Hids on this? That's crazy.
Anyway.
What a jump down.
The love of my life. The pirates make it back to their ship with Captain Zarina. Tinkerbell and the rest of the fairies fly after Zarina, and they try to take the blue dust back from her. Zarina chases them and then throws a ton of different colored pixie dust at them. She takes the blue dust back and flies back to the pirate ship. All the fairies, the main squad, end up like underneath a waterfall. And now all of their outfits are all different colors after she threw the different colored pixie dust at all of them.
Yeah, they're also all soaking wet because they were thrown through the waterfall.
Yeah, so now they can't fly because their wings are wet and they no longer have pixie dust on them.
Yeah, so Silver Mist, who's the water bitch, she's like, oh, I'll just lift up the waterfall and then we can go catch the pirate. She can't.
Because you know what? Zarina threw the different colored pixie dust at them and switched all their powers.
Oh my God.
So now Tinkerbell, who's normally a tinker fairy, is a water fairy. Rosetta, who's normally a garden fairy, is an animal fairy. Iridessa, who's normally a light fairy, is now a garden fairy. Fawn, who's normally the animal talent, is now a light talent. Silver Mist, who is normally water, is now fast flying. And Vidya, who is normally fast flying and hates Tinkerbell, is now a tinker fairy. Slay.
I'm so glad you got all that.
You're so welcome. Okay, but also their outfits are really cute because like the top of their outfits is like their normal color.
Yeah.
And then it like...
They're like tie-dye.
It's like
They're
tie-dye.
ombre.
Yeah, into the other color of like that the person normally would have for the talent. It's cute.
So Tinkerbell with her newfound powers tries to open up the waterfall, but just ends up drowning everybody on accident. So they all get blasted down to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
On the beach, a crocodile egg hatches and attaches itself to Rosetta, who's now an animal talent. And Fawn is like, yeah, when babies are born, they attach to the first thing they see. So Rosetta's a mother now.
Rosetta's a mom. Rosetta is mother. Also, okay, so Rosetta is voiced by Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah.
And like she just does it so perfectly. And my favorite line in this whole entire movie is when Rosetta realizes she's an animal talent. She's like, well, guess I'm an animal talent now. Lucky me. It's just so cute. I just love her little accent. She's so silly, goofy.
So yeah, so there's this cute little crocodile on the beach who thinks that Rosetta is his mother.
He's so cute.
Vidya takes the shell that the crocodile was born from and makes a boat out of it. And then Silver Mist is now fast flying fairy. So she like ropes herself to the boat and they fast fly out to the pirate ship.
Yeah,
They're so talented.
Vidya's pissed that she's a tinker talent and she's like thinking of all these ideas. And like as she's doing it, she's like angrily like, I can't believe I came up with this idea. Like she's so mad about it.
So they crash into the boat because waves are a thing.
But also Silver Mist doesn't know what she's doing as a fast
None of them know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They land into one of the cannon holes and then the cannons start going off. So they have to jump out real quick so they don't die. But all their wings are dry from
yeah, thank God.
flying on the boat through the air.
Yeah, really. They hear all the pirates talking with Zarina and they realize that their plan is to create their own pixie dust, essentially.
Yeah, so that they can make a frigate that flies. And they sing a whole song about a frigate that flies.
The song slaps.
Okay, honestly, this song kind of goes dummy stupid.
Yeah. So they sing about how Zarina helped them. They came up with a plan.
Hey ho, imagine the places that we'll go. I didn't catch all the words, but something in the frigate that flies.
I just need you guys to know I did write down in my notes that during this song, Melissa was checking her emails.
But it was good. I enjoyed the song.
The best song in the whole thing, and Melissa was checking her
Listen,
emails.
it's not a good song.
I literally looked over and she's like going through and I was like, are you not even watching the movie?
I'm not saying it was like, the movie's not good. This song was kind of a bop though. Like I bet if I was 5, this song would be on repeat.
Fucking slaps.
It's good.
Anyway, while they're singing, they sail their little ship. It's a big ship, not a little ship. Their little pirate ship to Skull Rock.
What is it? The Jolly Roger.
Also, in case you guys didn't know, James is Captain Hook. Spoiler.
Oh, yeah.
This
This is his origin story.
Yeah.
But he has brown hair. Why? He's black hair.
He has both of his hands, though.
Didn't he? Why he have brown hair? Your hair doesn't magically turn black as you get older. That's stupid. Oh, you think he's a wig?
Oh, and like
do you think the black hair is a wig? It's
It
really
kinda
nice.
looks
And
like
that
a
was like the
wig.
style, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe the black hair is a wig.
Maybe it is. That's canon. That's canon now.
Yeah, no.
Captain Hook wears a wig.
That checks out, honestly.
He looks like a man that would wear
You
a
know,
wig.
Captain Hook's a little flips
We
hand.
We both did the gay hand.
Limps wrist.
Yeah. Anyway, they make it to Skull Rock. Zarina has literally grown a tree that will be a pixie dust tree.
She's like she's trying to like remake
They call it the pixie dust depot
yeah.
in Pixie Hollow. So she literally created, but it's like human sized, not pixie
Yeah, it's
sized.
big. It's a real tree.
It's a real tree, and it's got like the wheel and like the stuff.
The pot.
Mhm.
The
dust pot.
funnel.
The dust pot. So the fairies are all like, what the fuck? They all try to hide to figure out their plan, but only some of them make it into the captain's quarters to hear the conversation between Zarina and James. So Silvermist, Vidya, and Tink make it into the room, and then the rest are stuck outside.
Yeah, they're spying on them like in the captain's quarters to hear what the plan is.
Silvermist is seasick, and she was
Vomiting everywhere.
Yeah, she was a water talent before, so now that her water talent isn't her talent, she like keeps getting seasick and she is unwell. She's not doing great.
Yeah, so they're listening in on the plan, and basically they're going to make the ship fly, and then they're going to head to London and raid like real ships IRL in the real. How did they even get there? How did James Hook get there? Like, what happened? I have questions. Why are all these grown men just? Oh, do you think they were like kids? I don't know
No, because they don't age.
Yeah, how they y'all creepy? Why are y'all there?
How are they creepy? Peter Pan's not even there yet.
I'm very sus to all these pirates.
So outside of the captain's quarters is Iridessa, Fawn, and Rosetta. Fawn tries to light Ben and accidentally burns a barrel and also half of Rosetta's hair off. But they don't tell Rosetta. They're trying to like get into the captain's quarters, and she thought maybe she could like burn the lock on the door, but instead she just roasts poor Rosetta's hair.
Iridessa accidentally grows a plant tendril towards Zarina, and a pirate catches all of the fairies.
Yeah, they get caught.
They gave themselves away on accident because none of them know how to use their fucking powers.
Yeah, they all keep fucking everything up. So now they're put into a lobster trap on the ship.
Crab trap.
Isn't it the same thing?
Sure.
A lobster crab trap. And they're in like I don't know anything about boats. We've talked about this. The cooking part of the ship. The galley?
Sure.
Question mark. With
I liked the cooking part of the ship. I was cool with that
Okay,
one.
great.
Oh, the cook's name is Oppenheimer. And he's like he's just a little guy
He's just a
with an
little
eye badge.
guy.
He's the little guy.
It's just a little guy, Oppenheimer. What an odd name.
Yeah, what the fuck? What creeper made this movie?
Barbenheimer. Anyway, Zarina starts the pixie dust tree. I don't know how else to like say that. She starts creating the pixie dust with the tree.
She puts the blue dust in the yellow dust, making a lot of yellow dust.
Yeah. So now it's multiplying, and the pixie dust tree is creating more dust. The fairies are all trying to get away from the cook and Oppenheimer. What a strange name
I think
choice.
the cook is Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're trying to get. That's what I'm saying.
You said the cook and Oppenheimer.
No, I said they're trying to get away from the cook, and then Oppenheimer catches them. I guess. I guess.
But he is the cook.
I'm talking about him in the same sense. Anyway,
You're wrong. It doesn't mean you're wrong.
so the fairies are all trying to get away from Oppenheimer, but he catches them because they're talking to each other about how to get away. So they're like tinkling really fucking loud. So he puts a giant sack of potatoes on top of their crab lobster trap.
Tinkling.
Tinkling.
I don't know if that's what
Tinkle,
I would call it.
tinkle.
But
Yeah.
tinkling is peeing.
It's also like a noise.
Jingling, maybe?
No.
They're
I
like
mean,
ringing.
All
They're
of
not
that's the
tinkling.
same thing.
They're simultaneously tinkling.
That's why she's called Tinkerbell.
No, because she tinkers.
But also like the tinkling noise.
No one calls that tinkling.
Okay, anyway.
That's not a sound, bestie.
James asks Zarina how easy it is to fly, and she's like, let me show you, and throws pixie dust on him. And then they have like a whole like cute little scene where they're like flying together.
Yeah. I think Zarina has a little crush.
Well, he fucks it up because he's an asshole. James is the real captain. He said, I'm the captain now. And he captures Zarina in a special lantern he had made that is anti-pixie.
Yeah, pretty much he like asks her, okay, how do you fly? Also, how do you make the pixie dust? And Zarina tells him all of that. So he's like, great, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah. And they have the pixie dust like being made. So he's like seen it and then she tells him how to do it and it's already doing it.
Yeah. So he catches her, puts her in a lantern and puts her in his captain's quarters.
Yeah, and then he puts on his fancy red captain's duds.
Oh my God, he doesn't have his wig yet.
No, we're not quite there yet.
No wig yet.
He tells Zarina that they're going to fly through the world and steal and they don't need her. And yeah, locks her in the captain's quarters.
So the fairies get out of their crab trap. I don't know how because I went pee.
Okay, Baby Croc shows up for his mommy.
Okay.
He swam all the way to the ship. I guess he
good
was
boy.
smelling her on the air and swam.
He's saying the weirdest things today.
The 2 cups of coffee and the sody.
He's smelling her on the air.
He has to track her somehow.
That's all you had to say was he tracked her there. You don't gotta say he smelled her on the air.
And so
he smelled her on the air.
So Baby Croc gets them out and bites Oppenheimer, so he fucking leaves them alone. They get out and they use a coat, a hat, and a pair of shoes to look like a person walking off the boat so they don't see them flying. They're so small. Like just
fly away, besties.
Away, yeah.
Y'all are fast.
Separate. Like, I don't know. There's like 6 of you. You don't need to all fly together. Anyway, it works for most of it. They make it all the way to the tree and they drop the hat and coat and shoes and they try to take the blue dust. But James has Zarina in the lantern and he says he's going to drop her off the side and let her fucking drown.
Respectfully, drop her.
Well, he does.
Yeah.
He does take the blue dust back, puts it on a like chain on his that he's wearing around his neck and then drops Zarina and they get in the boat and go.
Yeah, but the fairy saves Zarina
from
they
have
drowning.
To.
They didn't have to, but they do. They save her from drowning.
And while they're saving Zarina, James pulls the lever and the dust starts to fall onto the ship so that they can fly away.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It dumps out of the ship into the crow's nest, and there's like a fan apparatus,
like
kind
a propeller.
of deal.
Yeah,
a fan was fine.
Okay,
it's literally like a ceiling fan.
It's really cool.
And it sprinkles it all over the ship so that the ship can fly. And they're headed for the second star to the right. To the right of what? I don't know.
Not the one to the left.
The fairies go and fight the pirates. They're trying to crash the boat into the ocean, probably.
Yeah, because if the pirates make it to the second star and like to Earth, they're never seeing them again.
Yeah, and James, whatever. He's Captain Hook. We've all known from the we
all know
spoiled it
now.
immediately. He has the blue dust. They need the blue dust. There's not just like a ton of blue dust hanging out. Like there's only that. Mm-hmm. He's got it all.
Yeah.
So they're fighting the pirates.
Okay. So this is when the fairies all like have their like different outfits. I don't know why it makes a difference. They're all in like pirate outfits now. And this is what I based my Halloween costume on when I dressed as Rosetta. She has like a little pearl like necklace, but it's like around her waist, and then she's got like vines and a cute little like it's just so cute.
Yeah,
she's
they
also
do
wearing
look cute.
an eye patch.
They also all have swords, but
that's okay. That's what I was gonna say. What are you gonna do with those?
Nothing. And they don't. And they all give up on their swords because they don't do anything.
But they're all like fighting the pirates around the ship. And literally at one point, James is like, they're literally like almost specks of dust. Why can't y'all fight these bitches and win? Like,
because they're lit, bro. They got powers and shit. They're killing the game.
Yeah. But Rosetta is fighting Oppenheimer with Baby Croc. She's like riding on him. And Oppenheimer throws a ticking clock at Baby Croc, and Baby Croc swallows it.
Yeah, he said his mom gave it to him or some shit like that. It's mommy's clock.
And now it's Baby Croc's, who is TikTok, the croc. He's so cute. I just think he's so cute. I love him.
Okay.
He's cute.
So one of the fairies, don't fucking know, pulls the ship's anchor down with like a bunch of seaweed.
Okay, it's Iridessa. She
Okay,
is now
lit.
the garden talent fairy, even though she's normally a light fairy.
Swell. Hook drops a sail on all of the fairies and captures them.
And then he throws a knife at Zarina, but like gets her skirt like stuck to the wall.
Just kill the fairies. Why are you
was
being weird about
gonna
it?
say that's very precise knife throwing.
Just kill them. Why you keep trying to like trap them and shit? Like just murderate them.
Yeah. Well, Zarina gets free of the knife in her skirt.
Yeah, she just ripped herself off of it. It's not
Yeah.
that serious.
She steals the vial of blue dust, and since the sail is now knocked over, they're flying all funky, and the ship gets knocked upside down since they're in the sky, and all of the pixie dust in the crow's nest falls out.
Yeah, and all the pirates fall off. The frigate that flies.
It's no longer flying. It's
The
falling
frigate
into
that sinks into the bottom of the
the
ocean.
Titanic of the sky. James fell off the boat, but he like fell through the pixie dust that was flying out of the crow's nest. So now obviously he's flying. They're fighting over the vial again. This part honestly really does go on
Get
for
the vial.
quite a long
Get the
time.
fucking vial. Get it.
James grabs the vial, but one piece of blue dust had fallen out, and Zarina asks if she can have it. And he's like, yeah, what's one fucking piece? But then she throws it at him, and he has pixie dust all over his jacket. So, like, obviously it all multiplies, and then it just, like, he goes fucking flying because there's so much pixie dust on him.
He's in space.
And then he, like, lets go of the blue vial, and they grab it, and all the girls fucking dip.
Yeah, and Zarina's like, okay, bye. It's been real. I'm glad you guys got the blue dust. Enjoy your life. And they're like, you're not gonna come back with us? The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Zarina thought they still didn't want her to go back to Pixie Hollow with them, which honestly, like, she really fucked up. Like, she almost murdered the winter fairies.
She really could have murdered the winter fairies there.
I would have flicked her off and been like, yeah, thanks for fucking nothing, bitch. But they're like, no, come back with us. We could use a pixie talent fairy.
Yeah, but they fly the ship, the whole giant ass pirate
It's
ship,
pretty sick. I would do the same
back
thing.
to Pixie Hollow.
Wouldn't you?
It's so big compared
The
to Pixie
frigate that
Hollow.
fucking flies, bitch.
It's just a strange option. They use the fan with the pixie dust on the ship to
I thought it was a propeller.
make the propeller fan thing on the ship to make a pixie dust mixture to wake everyone up. So Zarina really did just save all their lives, though, even though it's her fault.
They
were
could have done that
asleep to
without
begin
her.
with. Freaking Crank, his poor ass is exhausted making ice snow for the winter fairies still.
Been making ice for like a day and a half.
Yeah, like how long did this take
It's like
them?
2 full days.
They give the
It
blue
was 6 hours.
honestly, probably. They give the vial of blue pixie dust back to Queen Clarion. She didn't even know it was missing.
She's like, thanks for returning this. I didn't know it was gone.
because she was asleep. They were like, yeah, also we brought Zarina home and she mastered her pixie dust thing. Farragary is fucking jazzed that she's home. Like, you
Yeah,
hated
he hugs her like
a year ago.
mm.
He asks what her new talent is called, and she says it's pixie dust alchemy. Which is true. It is what she's doing. She's doing alchemy. She's smarter than all those bitches. Queen Clarion's like, okay, alchemy, let's see how it's done. All Zarina does is, genuinely, she does create the different types of pixie dust. But to show it off, she just returns the girls' actual talents to them, which, like, okay, great. You're the one that fucked them up to begin with. And then all the girls just, like, do their normal talents. But, like, no one knew that their talents were fucked up.
Yeah, it's
So they
pretty
should have kept their
stupid.
fucked up ones to show off, like, hey.
But also, what are you
look.
going to use that for?
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, they could have kept their talents as their not correct ones to
Right.
show that.
But what are they going to use pixie dust alchemy for anyway?
I don't know. Maybe they need another, like, maybe they don't have enough animal talent fairies. They can, and someone's like, I'll do it. And they can switch their talent. Because you're born with the talent you have. You don't get to pick that shit.
Seems really pointless to me.
But, like, do you get what I'm saying, though? Like, her showing it off. Like, all she did was, like...
she just turned Tinkerbell back into Tinkerbell. Like, we
Yeah.
already knew Tinkerbell existed.
Right. So it would have been cooler to see all the fairies do a talent that's not their normal talent.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
Okay, they did not do that. That's the end. There is an after credit scene. And it's, it's me finding Captain Hook in the water. Dun dun dun.
So I guess that wasn't the Jolly Roger because the fucking fairies have the
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
Jolly
the fairies
Roger.
took it. What do you think they're doing
said,
with
"This is
that
our
right now?
boat."
Do you think like when Peter Pan eventually shows up, he just finds a giant fucking ship with the fairies and he's like, what the? Oh, wait, the fairies aren't all there.
Also, the Jolly Roger flies, so something happens. Yeah, did you forget that part? That
Well, they
it
still
actually
have all the
flies?
pixie dust that's at the tree. Oh, because the fairies talk about how now they have a second tree. What are you going to fly all the way to the fucking Skull Rock every time?
That's
you
probably why Captain Hook is so obsessed with Skull Rock because that's where his pixie dust supply is.
It's so true. And he only has so much of it.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go first?
Okay. I gave this movie an 8 out of 10. This is my favorite of the Tinkerbell movies, except for Never Beast.
It's embarrassing.
Like that one a lot too. I think this movie is really cute and fun, and I like Tinkerbell and the Fairies. So mine is sitting at number 64. It's underneath Oliver and Company, but it's absolutely above Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Because
that is wild that it's even anywhere near Oliver and Company. Like to me, that is insulting.
I like this movie, and I like the characters, and I especially love Rosetta. Like she's my favorite. I just love it.
I gave Pirate Fairy a 6 out of 10. It's cute. It's same as the first one. Like it's fine. It's cute. I like the Forget That Fly song, and they are pretty funny sometimes. The fairies. I put it above Brother Bear, but below Pete's Dragon. So it's my number 80.
You would rather go to Passamaquoddy rather than Pixie Hollow?
I kind of actually like love Pete's Dragon more and more every day.
Okay, slay.
Like it was so bad, it was good. You ready to guess?
Yes.
Okay, I picked an old movie.
Oh God. Okay.
It's scary. And all the names are like made the fuck up. Like none of like the names are fucking made up. Like everybody's name in this movie
Scary.
is fucking made up. It's supposed to be medieval, but I'm like, I'm so sorry. Nobody had these names. You're really making up these names out here.
Medieval made up name. I don't even fucking know. What year did it come out? Not that that's really gonna help me.
I think mid 80s, like 85 maybe. There's a magic pig.
Oh, Black Cauldron.
Yes!
Princess Aulani is
Baby,
fine.
Gurgi, not a name.
Gurgi.
I don't even know any of their names because their names are so fucking weird. I couldn't tell you anybody's name in the movie.
The Horned King. That's so normal.
I know Gurgi. And then the chick
What's
is
the pig's name? Slay.
We'll talk about it next episode.
Wow, that's a good one.
Because I could look it up right now, but do I know how to pronounce it? No. Pronunciations are going to be key.
It's a good way to kick off our spooky season because that movie is fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's a good
dark.
one, right?
It is a good one.
Slay. This movie scared me. This movie petrified me as a child, but now I love it.
Watching it as a child was definitely not a good time.
I hate Gurgi.
Okay.
Gurgi is the Dobby of the Black Cauldron.
You are correct. I would agree with that.
Did you see that TikTok?
Yes.
Of the mom being genuinely scared of Dobby.
And her fucking children cracking up laughing.
Dobby is the worst. I'm so sorry to all the Dobby stans.
Looking at these names,
None of them. Nobody has a real name. We'll talk about it next episode. None of them have a real name.
This is somebody threw a bunch of Scrabble letters
No,
together.
yeah, they literally they just threw it down on the table.
Slay, I can't wait.
Anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
Love you.
If you want to join us on Patreon, we've got over 25 bonus episodes over there. Not to brag, but we just did New Moon.
If you guys are not subscribed to our Patreon, honestly, you're missing so much because it's a good time.
We just did the B movie.
Honestly, such a good episode. I had to like stop listening to it doing my makeup because I was crying my makeup off laughing, and I'm literally the one in the episode.
Love
and
the
I
B
still
movie.
laugh. Like
yeah, that's me editing. I'm like, damn, that was funny.
That one's really good. New Moon slays.
New Moon.
You guys are missing out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's linked on our website, which is linked in the show notes.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry Kat made us do another Tinkerbell movie. Something's wrong with her.
But it was my favorite one. So
I did somehow get her to skip like 3 of them though. So that was cool.
Skipped a lot more than 3.
I bullied her into skipping 3 of them.
She did. It was more than 3.
No, because there's 6 of them and we just watched 5. So we skipped 3. We skipped the one with her sister.
I guess Never Beast is
yeah,
after.
Never Beast is after Pirate Fairy.
And that's the last one.
So
okay, here's my thing. I don't understand. I wish they would either in the books or in the show or movies, I guess, explain why Tinkerbell is the only fairy left on Neverland now. You know what I mean? Like, give me some apocalyptic Pixie Hollow shit.
Because they had to make these movies like cutesy and like
I want to know why she's the only one left.
she was like ousted.
But why? How? Where is everyone else? They're
I don't
not
know.
on
She
Neverland.
fucked somebody's husband or something. I don't know.
She fucked Fairy Gary, who was Fairy Mary's husband. And then Queen
Are
Clarion
they
banished.
together?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Her name's Queen
I'm
Clarion,
creating-
like the hotel chain.
I'm creating my own lore. So then they banished her, but then they were like, well, she knows where we live. And then instead of just banishing her, they all picked up Pixie Hollow and moved it so she could never go back.
Maybe she murdered all of them. I like that one.
Yeah, because like she's a completely different person in like Peter Pan. Like she's a fucking bitch.
She tries to kill Wendy.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
she
saying.
murdered all of them.
In like in
One day
rage.
she just snapped.
She tinkered a machine to murder everyone.
Yeah.
And that's the lore now.
That's the prequel
Mhm.
to
To Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Somebody make it. Somebody with money.
I'm sure there's somebody like some indie creator that has created a horror film of
No, I would have
Tinkerbell.
definitely seen that. no,
Somebody
no,
make
no.
it happen.
I would have heard about that.
Somebody make it happen.
I wonder how that Pooh Bear movie was. We should watch it. See how bad it is. I don't think it ever came out.
Oh, the
I'm not
scary
gonna lie.
one? I think it did.
Did it?
I think so.
I still haven't seen the 28 versions of Geppetto too.
Yeah, all the like Pinocchio
The
movies that
28
came
versions
out.
of Pinocchio.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't care.
I should have
enough.
picked that.
I didn't even like the fucking. It's all right.
You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion. You like Tinkerbell and the fucking pirate queen though.
Pirate fairy.
Whatever.
Okay, but she's cool.
Fuck Zarina.
She invented alchemy.
I was rooting for Captain Hook the entire time.
Well, he got his butt bit by a baby. Oh my god, that was a lot of bees.
He got his butt bit by a baby.
Crocodile's what I was gonna say, but that was a lot
Alligator.
of bees.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
That doesn't really. It's got to be Bacadile.
Anyway, bye.
On Bacadile. Gotta go. Sorry.
Bye.
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 These opinions are our own and are no way associated with the film or the film's production company.
The Tragical Podcast cover art is created by Johnny the Alchemist.
The Tragical intro was produced by Ja Reezy.
Links to our social media and Patreon can be found on our website, located in the show notes.
Thanks for listening.
To Tragical.
Tragical.